Kicking things off here with the Telegraph, and another conspiracy theory becomes reality as Michael Gove tells the COVID inquiry that the virus is likely man-made, Josh.
COVID could be man-made, Michael Gove tells inquiry. Yeah, how far we've come. What a change this has been. But the interesting thing is that the angle he seems to be pushing is like, no, it was probably man-made, so we weren't prepared for a man-made virus.
Yeah.
So really it's just him trying to absolve himself of any responsibility. And that was messed up. But the thing was that wasn't what went wrong, arguably, like in terms of us being able to deal with it medically. It was as much the response that they sort of ignored the evidence or to fit their narrative that they were pushing forward at the time in terms of things like you have to be this far apart, or you have to wear a mask, or or the lack of schooling, or whatever it was. So it was the ignoring of the evidence that, for me, is the stuff that's come out of this COVID inquiry that is the most troubling stuff. Whether or not it had been a man-made virus or not, that wouldn't have changed in terms of how they responded to it.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, Scott, for me, it's mind-blowing. We've seen conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory become conspiracy fact. The lab leak theory is now seen as completely plausible. Vaccine damage has been proven, and this is another one. Another one's toppling.
I think they know that it's man-made, and they're putting it out there to see how people react. Like, just say it and see what they do. And then in a month, we'll say, oh, look, like they did with it. I mean, some people were kind of saying it was lab created initially, and then, like you said, people said it was conspiracy theory, and then eventually it became fact. I think this is kind of going to become fact at some point. Yeah. And what I like about this, he spends a lot of time kind of sort of apologizing to people who died. I'm really sorry if you died. It's bad. It's really bad. Kind of. And then he said, but you know, we're human beings. I mean, the ones who lived. So we messed up, but human beings do. So I think that's what he's saying is mistakes were made, and there's going to be more information, I think, revealed. Not just this, but we're going to hear more in the future of what actually happened. And I think, like you said, in a few years' time, the story will completely flip. What actually happened will be almost different from what we think now happened.
Yeah, and it seems pretty obvious that having governments in charge of things, we should have just had the freedom to handle our own safety instead of having a government deciding what was safe first. That always
there was so much fear and hysteria, though. But
I don't know if I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying is right. I'm not saying you're going to agree with it.